Ooh, hold up. What is this? Battlefield just put out an update regarding community updates and hold up. It's called Twitter. I would never call it X. It's called X, Playboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to fight it, bro. Like stop trying to fight it. Like, don't be that guy, little bro. All right, little bro. It's called X now. I have to accept it. You have to accept it. It's called X, bro. It's X. Kyrie, what's up, bro? All right, so Battlefield has been hard at work with giving us updates, listening to community feedback, and trying to figure out like who should they listen to and who they shouldn't listen to. I'm opening this blind. I'm mad at it. The reason why I'm not mad at it is because it's a game that is constantly in motion, and you're gonna have different angles and different people's wants and needs and desires. Some people want the game to be faster. Some people want the game to stay slow. Some people want to have more movement. Some people don't. Some people want the balloon to be gone. Some people don't. Some people want to burst fire and control. Some people don't. It's the only thing we can ask for Battlefield to do is be true to itself and be true to what it has always been. So on the other side of just like gameplay mechanics, there has been the problem with progression and XP. It feels like you are playing 1,000 matches, but you're not really unlocking anything compared to when you played the beta. When you played a match, man, you would unlock like 7, 8 attachments at a time. In this game, in the full game, it doesn't feel like that. I've personally been using only sniper rifles, and I'm still not even done with my ESR yet. I'm doing challenges and some most stuff, and I'm still not done with that ESR. And that's the primary weapon I've been using. And if I've been using that gun since launch. And how am I not done with this weapon yet? Like it doesn't. I still don't have all the attachments. I'm still trying to figure it out. So they're addressing this. So it says progression and XP adjustments. We've heard your feedback around the pace of progression, especially how long it takes to unlock hardware such as gadgets and weapon attachments. We know progression is an important part of feeling rewarded for your time on the battlefield. As initial steps, we are working on the following changes to progression and how it feels as you play. The XP gain from match completion and the daily bonus are being increased by 10% and 40% respectively. This is a big deal. The XP needed to unlock the first 20 attachment ranks is being reduced, so you'll start earning useful attachments almost twice as fast. Please note, for weapons that are already being progressed, the UI might display something abnormal at first, but this should resolve itself once the match is played while using that weapon. The assignments that required career ranks 20, 23, and 26 to begin will now require ranks 10, 15, and 20 respectively. While this allows these assignments to be started sooner, we are aware of the frustrations regarding the challenges themselves and are actively working on reviewing them. But it will take more time to develop, test, and implement these changes. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. My biggest problem was above. That was my biggest issue. You had to be level 20 to start your challenges. So there's a bunch of stuff, gadgets and stuff, guns you couldn't unlock until you hit level 20. They're adjusting this. This is nice. This is a big deal. The challenges themselves, I'm okay with the challenges. They're challenging. They require for you to actually have a variety to yourself and to go outside of your comfort zone if you want the finer weapons or other attachments and stuff like the gadgets. I'm okay with that. It was just the start of it. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, nobody uses spawn beacons as an Assault player because the spawn beacon is locked behind like level 24 or something like that. So we're not getting spawn beacons on the floor. Hence is why I've been saying we need to move the spawn beacon back to recon class. With the spawn beacon in recon class, it works. The problem is that recon players put it up and then they camp far in the map and just keep coming back to that area because they keep putting down the spawn beacons. Now, the answer for me personally to fix that issue, the same thing Delta Force does is you can only spawn on it 4 times and then put a cooldown on it. That's the next step. Put a cooldown on the spawn beacon. Once you put down one, Make sure it's a strategic spawn beacon because you have to wait 30 to 45 seconds before you get another one. That way, recon players have to think twice before they just drop their spawn beacon down because they want to camp in an area. It needs to be strategic, or make a smaller beacon for respawn, like for recon class. That assault players, their beacons can be placed anywhere, right? But for recon players, they don't have an unlimited recon, respawn beacon. Theirs is very limited. You probably get like 2, and you got to wait like 45 seconds. But putting the spawn beacon back in recon class, I feel like is necessary. It's necessary because it's just always been like that. I just think that it's better for the game. Infantry players do not care. They're either going to run shotgun or grenade launchers. They're not using that spawn beacon, bro. Or put it on engineer. I'd rather you just put it on engineer. If that's the case, put it on engineer. Don't put it on assault class. Nobody is using that on assault class. Those are my biggest issues with Battlefield 6. Like one of my biggest issues with Battlefield 6 is just moving certain gadgets around. I think it would make more sense. Let's see. So regarding community experiences, over the past week, many of you noticed that we reached maximum capacity of community servers. After reviewing the data, we found that a large number of these servers were created primarily to earn XP, inflate player stats, and earn special accolades through defeating bots. We completely understand the motivation behind this, like faster progression and a way to test setups without pressure. But it leads to some unintended side effects. With so many servers focused on farming XP rather than active play, it's become noticeably harder for players to create and find experiences to play with other people, which I said that was going to happen. They were going to take the portal mode, and people were going to express themselves and get the stuff done through portal mode. Why would they not? You're giving them the opportunity. You're saying that there's XP and stuff inside a portal. So people are going to use that mode and create easy modes as long as they're in the confines of the rules that still count to where it being a regular match. That's smart. I'm not even mad at it. That's smart. But it seems like they're about to crack down on it. So the experience in the community section is a key part of what makes Battlefield 6 special. It's meant to be a space for creativity, experimentation, and connection, where you can easily find and enjoy great modes with your friends and squad mates. Our goal moving forward here is to reinforce the player-driven experiences that bring people together, while still keeping room for custom setups, creativity, and new ideas. We're developing adjustments that are intended to diminish the number of XP farms, taking up server space while further emphasizing playing with friends on both custom and verified experiences. Implementing this will require some maintenance on the back end. After the update is live, we expect all experiences, both custom and verified, will need to be republished by players before they can create an active server. I don't think that nobody should be upset at this. Nobody should be upset at this. If you are upset that you can no longer XP farm, KD farm, you're shooting bots, you're not shooting real players, and you're KD farming, you shouldn't be upset at this. Why? Because you shouldn't be able to do this in the first place. That's all I'm saying. If you create that, you should not get anything for making modes that are for you farming. That means you just want to play AI. Go play AI. Nobody's stopping you. But that whole farming and stuff, we're not doing that. And then here it goes. More updates incoming. We're targeting these updates to go live within the next week, potentially sooner, depending on testing and verification. We'll provide updates on this joint as these changes are deployed, and will be closely monitoring to ensure server stability is maintained as everyone jumps in to enjoy their favorite modes. We have also seen your concerns on other areas of the game, including visibility, weapon bloom, vehicles not spawning, and more. We'll share more details on these as updates are determined. Please continue sharing your thoughts on your platform of choice, as your feedback is helping us shape Battlefield 6 into the best experience it can be. This is just a start. As we prepare to go into Season 1, you can expect more adjustments as we continue to fine-tuning gameplay, progression, and the experience based on your input. Thank you for being a part of this community, and we'll see you out there in the battlefield. This is a W, bro. I got to be honest. It's a W. They're not afraid to acknowledge the fact that there are still things that a lot of the community is talking about. There's different factions in the community, and addressing it all It's saying and telling us that they're still working on it. Even if they don't have it all figured out, they're still working on it, and they're going to be doing something about it. I just hope that they can find a medium within this space, because this is not something that's going to be easy to do, easy to just figure out, because you're trying to be true to the identity of the game while also bringing in new players that really do struggle at this style of gameplay. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to exclude people that play, Apex, Call of Duty, Fortnite, or whatever the case may be. But then you also don't want to shun your Battlefield veterans, those that love Battlefield for what it actually is and what it really is. And it's a simulation shooter, not a realistic shooter, but it tries to simulate realism while still having its own arcadish stuff about it that makes it super, super fun to play and very, very immersive. So yeah, I like it. I like what they're doing so far. We got more though. We're definitely not done though. So there's another one called there's another thing in Battlefield itself. I think it's the actual, yes, this one. So the support class is support is seeing some additions, bro. It's steady hands, steady lanes. Support keeps full sprint speed and faster ADS, no downtime, no drag. Man, chat, they trying to get people to play support. Shout out to my boy Juju in the chat. All right, so here's a clear demonstration. Let's go back to the beginning of this joint. Let's go back to the beginning. So as you can see, there's no sprint penalty for support, right? This support at the top. Watch the ADS, watch the sprint, watch. You see how like their support, they get out of there quicker. And these are two LMGs. So imagine they have a SMG, an AR, a pistol, whatever the case may be. Like the support class is going to be the speed class. It's like, hey, Assault is not the speed class. The support is going to be the speed class, right? But the Assault class is just the class that, hey, try to use that SMG if you want to and put a shotgun and I'm gonna put it in your mouth. You know what I mean? So this is the only thing that I see where this will give a clear advantage to support players. This will give a clear advantage. You can see, you can clearly see as soon as they un-80, I still generally feel that they need to speed up the ADS time. So when you ADS to sprint, not sprint to ADS to sprint, still needs to be faster. It still needs to be faster, especially when there are moments the time to death is just ridiculous. You legit cannot get out of certain situations. You could see somebody and try to run, and then you just get destroyed in 3 bullets, So I just generally speaking, the sprint to ADS, I still feel needs to be sped up so that you don't feel like you're stuck in molasses when you're trying to make certain plays and certain moves. Up close chaos has a new specialist. Engineers will SMGs with unmatched control, tighter hip fire, faster draw, no hesitation. So if you don't know, as an engineer player, you should be using an SMG, AR, and hip firing. Battlefield is already a hip fire game. It's already a hip fire game. When you hip fire with engineer class, your hip firing is going to be better than any other class. So that bloom that people are talking about, you're going to see way less of it. Okay? So if you're playing engineer class, please stop ADSing so much. Stop ADSing so much. No, I'm serious. Use your hip fire. I don't care that you're on controller. Stop putting your controller in my face. Stop looking at your controller and looking at your L2 button. Use your hip fire. That's what the engineer class specializes in, and that's what Battlefield really is. It's a hip fire game. You hip fire first, ADS second. Trust your hip fire, all right? Especially when playing engineer class. Trust it. That's all. I really had a hard time understanding what this adrenaline shot was. So the adrenaline shot is when you pop it, you run faster, you do not heal, you get more, you get less. So like if you get hit with a stun grenade or anything that kind of like moves the screen or makes you lethargic, when you do it, it gets rid of that. I didn't know that. I really didn't know what this thing was for. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't know what it was for. But now, seeing this, I actually understand what it's for. So it makes you faster. You get hit by flashbang. Once you pop it, it gets rid of, like, you're not gonna get stunned. You're gonna eat through that type of stuff. And this is before, like when you pop it, or if you already popped it and they try to hit you with it, it does not affect you. So if you are unaware of the effects of how the adrenaline shot works, here it is. Clear display of how this thing works. All right. So go out there and EpiPen yourself on the battlefield. That's really it, man. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that's all. This is some of the things that they these are some of the things that they had just added. You get what I'm saying? Most people, if you do not know, if you hit the front of a tank, right, it is not the strong points. The weakest points to a tank is the back of the tank or the tires of the tank. That's the side of it. If you hit a tank from the back, you are going to do more damage. Okay, so there's a huge difference from 293 to 594. Hit the tank from the back. That's all I'm gonna say. Stop shooting tanks in the front. If you're not gonna shoot it from the side like the tires, hit it from the back. Dang, that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Look, it is what it is. Stop shooting tanks in the front. I understand, like, hey, I just need the damage. You're selling yourself, you're selling the team, and there's no products here. We're trying to win. So shoot the tank in the back, not the front. Be patient. Sometimes it's not advantageous to take the shot. Just wait. Once that thing moves forward, hit that thing in the back. That's all I'm saying. I can't say it any other way. It is what it is. You guys are going to make it perverted. I don't care. I really don't. I really don't care. I'm gonna be real. Like I said, the inspect is cool, but we need more. Like we need more. These thumbnails, is pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad out here, chat. You know what I mean? It's pretty bad out here, chat. I do love what they're doing on social media, though. Like, I love how vocal that they are on social media. It's actually nice to see. And yeah, that's it, man. That's all the information that I got for you guys today regarding Battlefield.